Good evening and welcome inside Burlington Athletic Stadium for Game 2 of a two-game set between Kingsport and Burlington. Adam Hipsky happy to be on hand for this Wednesday night tilt between two sides that entered yesterday, both atop their respective divisions. It was Burlington at 7-3, and they moved to 8-3 after a win over Kingsport. Now the Axmen have dropped a half game below the Greenville Flyboys, so still battling for that first place positioning in the West, but right now Burlington trying to finish the two-game little mini sweep, and trying to do that is Ty Bradle, the right-hander from Florida Southern, gets his first start of 2025. 6'3", 200-pounder from Fishers, Indiana. He'll deal to this Kingsport Axmen lineup that ranks near the top in most all statistical categories except batting average. The Axmen swing it at a 265 clip. That's good for 6th in the league, and that is pretty much the only spot that they are in the bottom half of the Appalachian League. A 450 on-base percentage for Kingsport, 405 slugging percentage. That's good for 3rd in the league. They draw 96 walks so far this season. That's atop the Appy League, and they've struck out just 79 times. Colin Larson, Derek Pitts, and Cam Durnan, the first three at the top of this Kingsport order, and they'll dig in against Bradle, starting with Colin Larson, the left-handed left fielder from Boston College, hitting .357 so far this summer. Did not play in Game 1 yesterday. That was a 7-3 Burlington win after a shaky start from the starting pitcher Ryan Hench for the Sock Puppets. The bullpen stabilized things rather quickly and shut the door in those final 6 frames. Burlington picked up Game 1 and trying to win 7 of its last 8 here tonight. Home plate umpire Cade Williamson says play ball to Bradle from the left side of the rubber. He set at the belt. He winds and fires. First pitch just misses outside. Ball 1. First pitch right on time. 7 o'clock here in Burlington. 82 degrees. Sunny skies here at Burlington Athletic Stadium. Right on left the matchup. 5'9", 175-pound freshman Larson. Next pitch called strike at the knees. A ball and a strike. Bradle making his 3rd appearance of 2025. He's gone 4 1/3, a 2.08 ERA. His last outing was back on June 11th. He went 4 innings, gave up just 1 run. The 1-1, cut on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bradle a 3-pitch mix. Fastball, changeup, and the curveball. That fastball came in 90 miles an hour, plenty of ride on that 4-seamer. But the base is clear and nobody out. The offering, fastball misses outside, 91 miles an hour this time. Two balls, 2 strikes. Larson in the first at-bat of the game. The 2-2 hit on the ground, a couple of hops. Combs gloves, Bradle covers the bag, and it's in time to retire Larson. 3-1 put out to get things going here in the top of the first. No score between the Axmen and the Sock Puppets. And Burlington as a team has been one of the league's best in the field defensively and especially on the mound. A 3.83 ERA, which is good for 2nd in the Appy League, and the starting pitching is what has been extremely exceptional. His first pitch here to the right-handed center fielder, Derek Pitts, is fouled off his knee, and it's actually a live ball. He's not out of the box. Smith fields it, goes to first, and it's in time. And Kingsport has something to say about it, and Pitts doesn't like the call, and now Cade Williamson and Nate Grant, our base umpire, will meet down that first base line. Pitts is still in the batter's box. I think Burlington thought it was a foul ball as well, the way it ricocheted out of the batter's box. And Pitts did not take off. I would not be surprised to see this call overturned. If it is overturned, and he is out, so the put out will be 1-3, so We started with a 3-1 put out, and now we've got a 1-3, and out comes manager Rick Adair to have a talk with Cade Williamson, pleading his case. But Cam Durnan, the shortstop, comes out of the on-deck circle. He's set to take his first hacks. The shortstop from Wichita State entered the portal. He's committed to Missouri for the fall. Leads this team in runs batted in. He's driven 10 across so far this season. And Adair is continuing to give an earful to Cade Williamson. And Smith and Bradel will meet on the mound. And I see the two chuckling a little bit. They might have think that they got away with one there. But nonetheless, there's going to be 2 away. Still no score, top of the first. And Durnan, who was 2 for 3 with a couple of doubles yesterday in that 4-run defeat to the Sock Puppets, collects himself outside of the right side. We're ready to go once again after a brief intermission. But this starting pitching has been phenomenal for Burlington, a 2.36 ERA, ranking atop the Appy League. First pitch to Durnan is lifted high in the air at right field. Down the line, Shelley's got a read on it. He's against the fence, and he makes the one-handed snag right at his knee. A quick inning for Ty Bradel to open things here in the top of the first. He needs just 7 pitches to retire the side. He greets Shelley with a fist bump because that was a heck of a play. 3 up, 3 down. To the bottom of the first we go. Still no score between Kingsport and Burlington.
Fans at this time would like to take a moment and recognize the brave men and women in the crowd tonight that have served or are currently serving in our nation's military. If you are a veteran or active service member, please stand to be recognized.
Welcome back. Adam Hipsky here for the bottom of the first. It's the Sock Puppets set to swing it for the first time today. We'll get you their starting lineup. Starting with the right-handed center fielder from Winthrop, it's Chance Jennings, and manager Anthony Essien really likes to stagger this lineup between right-handed and left-handed hitters. He does just that in the 1-2 punch with Dom Krapinski, the lefty swinging shortstop. Orlando Fernandez, the third baseman, will hit third. Bromley Thornton, who replaces the late scratch in Zach Jackson, he plays left field. Caden Combs, the first baseman, bats fifth. Wade Shelley, the right fielder who just made an exceptional play defensively, bats sixth and will play right field. 7-8-9 is Dusty Vella, Avery Smith, and Brian Carruthers. Vella, the second baseman, Smith, the catcher, heading to Penn State, and Carruthers, the DH from St. Bonaventure. We're set to go. They'll face Adam Baker, who's making his third start of the summer for Kingsport, a 2.57 ERA. After 7 innings of work, 7 hits, 3 runs, only 2 have been earned. Double the amount of strikeouts as walks, 2 base on balls, and 4 punch-outs. He last pitched a week ago, back on June 11th. Right on right the matchup to begin the bottom of the first. He kicks and fires, and Jennings holds a swing. The appeal down to first, not in time, ball 1. Baker last pitched in an 11-5 win over the Greenville Flyboys, who have taken over first place after a victory last night, and Kingsport's loss to Burlington. The 1-0 is lofted down the right side. Hooking foul and just out of play. Alex Kelsey gave chase, but ran out of room. And the count's 1-1. Baker looking for an inning that was equally as efficient as Ty Bradel had in the top of the first. Bradel needed just 7 pitches to retire the top of the Axmen order. Baker, in that win over Greenville back on June 11th, went 3 1/3, gave up 2 runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. The 1-1 to Jennings. He takes, it's a breaking ball in the dirt, 2 balls, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike. We'll set the field defensively after this pitch from Baker to Jennings. A couple of shakes from his backstop, Blake Primrose, and the pitch. Called strike. Counts 2 balls, 2 strikes. Blake Primrose is the catcher. He got the day off yesterday. At first base, P.J. Jones. At second base, it's Brogan Jones. Shortstop, Cam Durnan. And the third baseman, Colton Sims. We'll get you the outfield after the 2-2 pitch. And it's fouled straight back. Count remains 2-2. Left to right in the outfield, it's Colin Larson, Derek Pitts, who also got the start in center field yesterday, and Alex Kelsey in right field, who was in the opposite corner yesterday. He started in left. Today, he's in right. Still batting in the top of that order, but here's the 2-2 with the bases clear. And broken bat right up the middle. The shortstop, Durnan, comes across the bag, and it squirts through into center field. Jennings takes a long turn, but the center fielder, Pitts, came in quickly, and Chance Jennings, has a leadoff single in the bottom of the first. Still no score. So in steps Dom Krapinski, and this is exactly what manager Anthony Essien likes about stacking these 2 guys at the top of the lineup. Dom Krapinski can pull it to the right side of the infield. And a massive hole there after Jones is holding on Jennings. From the stretch, Baker is set and goes to first. Jennings, perfect on stolen base attempts this season. He's 5 for 5. Jennings, who picks up right where he left off yesterday, was 3 for 5 at the dish. Dom Krapinski also was 3 for 5. He's set to face the first pitch still from Baker. Now it comes home, and it's a called strike. Fastball at the knees. Outer third, 0-1. Krapinski with a solo home run yesterday. It was his second of the season. But right now the 0-1 with 1 on and nobody out. Jennings takes a secondary lead. And the pitch. This is up and away. Talked to Essien a lot about base stealing today because this is a Burlington team that leads the league in swiped bags, 34 of 43. That 34 is the best mark in the Appy League. And the 1-1, Jennings on the move, pitch in the dirt, and Primrose can't handle it cleanly, so Jennings is in without a throw. His 6th stolen base of the season. Krapinski will face a 2-1 pitch in scoring position. It's a pretty good start for Burlington. Can add on to it here if Krapinski can drive home Jennings. Here's the 2-1. Cut on and missed. And the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Orlando Fernandez is on deck. He came in to pinch hit yesterday, replacing Jeter Poyeto, who has the day off today, but we could see Poyeto pinch hit later in this game. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on second, still nobody out. And Krapinski stays alive, fouls it out of play. The shortstop, Krapinski, with 9 RBIs this season, hitting .400 with a .550 on-base percentage, facing a 2-2 pitch. This is Baker's 12th pitch of the inning. Still no outs. And the offering misses outside. Count runs full to the second hitting Krapinski. First base open after the leadoff broken bat single. Durnan holding on Jennings. And the 3-2 is smoked in the air right field, and Kelsey has the read on it. Jennings on the move to third, and he's in safely, and it's cut off by Jones, who touches second, but Jennings did wait in time. So Krapinski moves Chance Jennings over to third, and with one out, there's a runner on third. It's Jennings and Fernandez set to swing it for the first time today. Right on right the matchup here. Fernandez in that pinch hitting stint yesterday was 0 for 2 with a strikeout. First pitch. Slider misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. No score, bottom of the first. Burlington trying to break the game seal rather quickly. The 1-0. Breaking ball misses outside in the left-handed batter's box. Fernandez takes. It's 2-0. Slider at 79 miles an hour. 2-0, right on right. Pitch. Fernandez takes a fastball. It's upstairs. 3-0. The third baseman hitting .375 so far this season. 7 runs batted in. The infielder from New Orleans. Here's the 3-0. Called strike. Right down the middle. He takes. The 3-1 on the way. And it misses downstairs. And Fernandez draws a 5-pitch walk, and Burlington has runners on the corners and just 1 out. Bottom of the first. In steps Bromley Thornton, who replaced Zach Jackson, who was scratched from the lineup right before the game. Summer ball, everyone super cautious. Don't want to risk anything, but right on right the matchup here. It's Fernandez, who's stolen 3 bases so far this summer, taking a sizable lead off the bag, and now the check to first, and Fernandez is safe. Fernandez has been caught stealing a couple of times. He's 3 for 5 in that department. And the first pitch. Fastball called strike. Right on that outside edge. Counts 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Thornton faces the pitch. Fernandez on the move. Thornton punches it out to right field, and Kelsey catches it and goes to first. And Fernandez was plenty off the bag, and that is a double play to end the first inning. So Burlington had runners on the corners and just 1 away, and they get nothing out of it. Ty Bradle back to the hill on the other side.
We got Jake, we got Axmen, we got Ryder, and we got Eggleston. So in honor of Puppy Night here at the ballpark, we're going to see who can eat their bowl of kibbles and bits the fastest. When I say go, we're going to go bowls, ready to eat, and your bowl has to be clean. When you get done with your bowl, you got to show the bowl. Whoever gets done first is the champion.
Welcome back to the top of the second. Ty Bradle returns to the hill for his second inning of work. Needed just 7 pitches to retire the side in the top of the first rather. He'll deal to the middle of the order. It's the 4-5-6 hitters, starting with the catcher Blake Primrose, who digs in the left side. The backstop from St. Joe's, college teammates with a couple of Axmen. But Bradle out of the windup. First pitch, fastball is cut on and missed. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Primrose hitting .255 this summer. 1-1. Bounces in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. Primrose, 8 runs driven in. The freshman getting some valuable experience. It's Bark in the Park night for Burlington. And the 2-1. Fastball misses upstairs. Counts 3-1 now. Primrose facing a hitter's advantage here from Bradle. And the 3-1 offering is flied deep into the air, left center field. Jennings is over a few feet in front of the track. He drifts back towards center and makes the one-handed squeeze for the first out. Now the designated hitter, Jake Rusian, the freshman from Boston College, hitting .318 this summer. Steps in the left side. Still the bases clear, no score. Top of the second, Bradle takes a deep breath, winds and fires. Fastball dots that outer half. 0-1. Right on left the matchup. Bradle set and delivers. And that fastball misses away. 1-1. A ball and a strike with 1 away and the base is clear. And the 1-1 misses outside. And a 2-1 count. That fastball touched 92. And the 2-1. Cut on and missed. Another fastball. Rusian couldn't catch up to the velocity, and the count is 2-2. Rusian calls time, steps out. P.J. Jones, the first baseman from Maryland, is on deck. Burlington has won 6 of its last 7, trying to make it 7 of its last 8 with a win today. And the 2-2. This is up and away. Count runs full. After needing just 7 pitches in the first inning, this will be Bradle's 11th of the second frame. 3-2, called strike 3. Rusian goes down looking, and Bradle throws him on the 91-mile-an-hour fastball. 2 away, still nobody on, and P.J. Jones will come to the plate. Bradle's first strikeout of the night. The right-handed starter has to feel good about first 5 hitters that he's faced. Getting his first start of the season. First pitch to Jones is a breaking ball that misses in the dirt, 1-0. And the 1-0. Fastball called strike. One ball, one strike. Jones hitting just 100 so far this summer. 2 for 20. The 1-1. Hit on the ground left side. Fernandez gloves, makes the long throw. It pulls Combs off the bag, but he still applies the tag. And a nice athletic play from Caden Combs to get Burlington out of the inning. 6 up, 6 down for the righty starter Bradle. To the bottom of the second we go. Caden Combs, Wade Shelley, and Dusty Vella due up for Burlington.
We got our friends with St. Mark's Youth Camp. Can I hear those noise? Over in the third base hospitality, we got the Medman Rays. Let me hear y'all make some noise, Medman Rays. I go up there with them, but they're playing like tackle football right now, and I'm not lucid enough for that. And last, but certainly not the least, over here, an elevation deck, we got Clay Noise. Let me make some noise. And man, we thank you guys for coming out to the ballpark today. It's a beautiful day for baseball. We're so thankful that y'all spent it with us. Y'all enjoy the time. We're gonna have a blast. Fans, visit the great camp by the main gate to get your face painted. And then great is Burlington Staple. Offering 7 paint nights, kids classes, private parties, and summer camps, and so much more. There's fun for everyone at any age or any skill. Check out their team on the concourse and visit the website at paintgreat.com.
Bottom of the second here at Burlington Athletic Stadium. No score between the Sock Puppets and the Axmen here in Game 2 of this 2-game set. Puppets going for the 2-game sweep, and Axmen trying to get back to Kingsport with a split. It's the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for Burlington, and Caden Combs is back in the lineup for the first time since June 10th after suffering a right hand injury, but Burlington has no concerns about his abilities. He digs in the right-handed batter's box. The rising freshman heading to Auburn. First pitch. Called strike, outside corner. So this will be Combs' first at-bat in over a week. Before he was injured, hit 182. Going to start at first base. Here's the 0-1. This is inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Adam Baker, who drew the start, is back out for his second inning. He did 20 pitches to retire the side in the bottom of the first. Here's the 1-1. Hit on the ground right side. Through for a base hit past Brogan Jones. And a leadoff base knock for Caden Combs. And now Burlington looks to do something with it. Jennings had a leadoff single in the bottom of the first, but he was stranded at third. No score, bottom of the second. Burlington trying to strike first, and it's Wade Shelley, who was 0 for 1. He walked and was hit by a pitch last night in a 7-3 win over the Axmen. Will be Caden Combs' future teammate this fall. A couple of future Auburn Tigers stacked up back-to-back in this lineup. First pitch is cut on and missed. 0-1. Shelley hitting .250 with a .556 on-base percentage. A couple of runs batted in. He's got a runner on first. It's Combs. Not much speed over there, being held on by P.J. Jones. And the 0-1 is line foul right side. And the count's 0-2. Dusty Vella on deck. Avery Smith in the hole for Burlington. Count 0-2 here to Shelley. Baker hunched over. Now comes set. He winds and delivers. And that one misses high. ball, 2 strikes. Combs, the lone base runner on first. He led off with a single. And the 1-2. This is downstairs. Count levels, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Still no score. Bottom of the second. The pitch just misses outside. Shelley works the count full. Combs has not attempted a stolen base this season. 6'4", 255 pounds over there on first. And the 3-2 misses inside, so Shelley, after being behind 0-2, draws a walk, and now there's 2 on and nobody out. Adam Baker having some trouble here in the bottom of the second.
Now batting your second baseman, number 4,
Dusty Vella's turn to try and bring him in, and now we're going to see a mound visit from pitching coach John Chalupa. He brings the infield in. It's Combs over there on second, who jogs now over to meet with third base coach Rob Selna. Shelley stays put on first with first base coach Tori Pettiford. Baker has thrown 29 pitches, 15 were strikes. He gave up a single and a walk in the first inning, but Bromley Thornton lined into a double play. After Burlington applied the hit and run, Thornton couldn't keep it off the ground, couldn't keep it on the ground, rather. And Alex Kelsey, the left fielder, doubled up. That was Fernandez. So now Dusty Vella trying to not replicate that result, and the mound visit breaks, and we're set to go right on left. Infield playing him straight up now. Nobody being held on either bag. First pitch, Villa swings and lifts it out of play. Right on left the matchup. Villa, the second baseman from Winthrop. The 0-1 comes home, and Vella hits it on the ground left side into left field for a base hit. Combs gets the stop sign, and the left fielder Larson did not come up with it right away. Combs probably would have been safe, but with nobody out, Burlington elects to play it safe. So Dusty Vella gets a base hit, and that's good to see because the second baseman entered today hitting 189. And now with the bases loaded and nobody out, it's Avery Smith with a chance to break this game open. Right on right the matchup. The catcher Smith readies the bat over his right shoulder. An open stance. First pitch. He takes, called strike, outer third. Right on right the matchup here. Axmen trying to work around this bases loaded traffic, and the 0-1 misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Avery Smith. 5 runs driven in so far this summer. Trying to add to that total here. He's got Combs on third, who signaled. Shelley on second, he walked, and Dusty Vella on first. Corner of the infield drawn in. Middle infield and double play depth. That one's hit on the ground left side. Through for a base hit. Combs comes in to score, and Shelley gets the stop sign at third. Base runners move station to station, and an RBI single from the 8th hitting catcher Avery Smith opens up the game scoring. It's 1-0 Puppets in the bottom of the second.
Now batting your designated hitter, number 15, Ryan Carruthers.
Burlington working this inning to perfection. Still bases loaded, still nobody out, and now Brian Carruthers, who had a great game yesterday, entered last night's matchup coming off an 0 for 4 with 4 strikeout performance, and He was 2 for 3 with a double, and he swings at the first pitch, lines it up the middle. 1 run is in. Vela gets the wave around third. Pitts has trouble coming up with it in center field. Smith goes corner to corner. Carruthers attacks the first pitch fastball and drives in 2. Burlington 3, Kingsport nothing. And the lineup card turns over to Chance Jennings. This inning has been all Burlington. Still no outs, and Adam Baker, who entered with a 2.57 ERA, is getting shelled here in the second frame. Jennings, who's 1 for 1 with a single, made it over to third base, but could not come home. Now steps in. Jones is holding Carruthers on at first. Middle infielders are pinched towards the bag. First pitch here to the righty swinging Jennings. He takes, slider outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Smith on third, he singled. Carruthers on first, he singled. And the 1-0. Hit on the ground, high chopper. Sims goes to second for 1. The relay to first is in time, so the Axmen turn 2, but Smith comes in to score, and Jennings drives 1 in. It's an RBI ground out. Burlington with a 4-0 lead, bottom of the second. Now, Dom Krapinski, who sharply lined out his first time up, steps in with the bases clear. Back to the windup. First pitch. This is inside. 1-0 to Krapinski. Hitting just under 400 so far this season. Had a home run last night. 1-0. Misses beneath that bottom rail, and the count's 2-0. Fernandez is on deck. He walked. Set from the belt. Baker brings it up to his face, comes set, winds and deals. This is inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Ty Bradle getting plenty of rest in that third base dugout. He's going to come out with plenty of run support. He's used just 21 pitches to get through the first 2 innings. 3-0 called strike. Right down the middle. Krapinski was fine holding his swing. This fastball has dropped off in the velocity department. Came out throwing 92. It's down under 90 now in the 3-1. Misses outside, ball 4. So this will be the 8th hitter that Burlington has sent to the plate in the second. Jennings grounded into a double play. It was well turned by Colton Sims, the third baseman. Could have gone home to cut down Smith, who was well off the bag, but instead he went to second and could ultimately have been the right decision. But Krapinski, the lone base runner, being held on by Jones. With 2 away, first pitch out of the stretch, misses outside. Krapinski took a long look down that second base line. 4 for 6 so far on stolen base attempts for Krapinski. Chance here. And check on first. Deceptive move from Baker, but it's not in time. Krapinski plenty awake over there at first. 1-0, 2 away. Bottom of the second, Burlington leads it 4-0. Pitch. This is down and away. 2 balls, no strikes now to the third baseman, who came in pinch hitting yesterday. He was 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Here's the 2-0. Call and strike. locates that outside edge. 2 balls, 1 strike. Right on right the matchup. Baker goes home. Fernandez flies it out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 away. Bottom of the second. Sock Puppets have tallied 4 runs here in this frame. Trying to add on to it. Krapinski off the bag at first. Baker comes set. Baker goes to first. Not in time. Nice night here at Burlington Athletic Stadium. Plenty of heat still hanging out in the ballpark. And the 2-2, Krapinski on the move, pitch outside, and Primrose bobbled on the transfer. So Krapinski is in without a throw, his 5th stolen base of the season. Burlington, who came in first in the league and swiped bags, they've now stolen 2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. The pitch. Fernandez takes inside. It's a walk. So now Bromley Thornton steps in, who lined into a double play his first time up. Sock Puppets put on a hit and run, and Thornton punched it right out to the right fielder. And we are going to have a pitching change. Out comes Rick Adair after the walk. So we'll take a break, and we'll get you the Axmen's first call to the pen right after this.
Now pitching for the Kingsport Axmen, number 31, Liam McCollum.
Adam Baker, who drew the start, his day is done, and Kingsport makes its first call to the pen. It's Liam McCollum, the 6'1", 220-pound southpaw from Sydney, Australia. The senior from Winthrop, he enters with 2 on and 2 away. Bromley Thornton batting cleanup today. He's 0 for 1, lined into a double play in the first inning. That was to end that opening frame. This is the 9th hitter that the Sock Puppets have sent to the plate. All 4 of their runs have been tallied in this inning. It's 4-0. Thornton a chance to add on to that here. Fernandez on first, he walked. Krapinski on second, he also drew the free pass. First pitch, and it's a check on first, and it's over the head of Jones and down the left field line. Krapinski all the way around. Fernandez into third, and Burlington capitalizes on a Kingsport miscue. 5-0 Puppets. Bottom of the second. Fernandez goes corner to corner, and before Liam McCollum even throws a pitch, he has let one come across. That runner was not his responsibility, however. We'll get you Adam Baker's final line once it is finalized, but still the first pitch set to come to Bromley Thornton. First pitch, this is outside, ball 1. So an error by McCollum. That's the second of the day for the Axmen. And Ty Bradle has gotten plenty of rest in that third base dugout. 1-0. This is outside. 2 balls, no strikes. That was a costly check on first for the Axmen. Infield has backed off, playing Thornton straight up. The 2-0 with 2 away. Thornton hits it on the ground right side. Jones gloves, goes to first, and it's in time. So Burlington sends 9 to the plate and scores 5. It's 5-0. We're through 2 here at Burlington Athletic Stadium. Ty Bradle back to the mound for his third inning of work, and that was after a long period of rest. Burlington sent 9 hitters to the plate in the bottom of the second. They scored 5 runs off of that frame. And now Bradle, who went 6 up, 6 down to start this game, steps in and toes the slab against the 7-8-9 hitters, starting with the second baseman Brogan Jones, who, while batting 7th, is no slouch, hitting .364 this summer. Out of the windup, first pitch from Bradle. Fastball called strike. Just touches that outside corner, and the count's 0-1. Bradle playing with some run support here. The 0-1 misses outside. Not a situation that Bradle was familiar with in the first and second inning, but now with his third frame, he's got a 5-0 lead to protect. Here's the 1-1 offering. Fastball misses outside, 2-1. Jones, the 5'10", 175-pounder. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Got him chasing on a fastball beneath the zone, and the count's now 2-2. Count squared at 2 apiece. Bradle set from the belt. Nods off one side from Smith. Winds and fires. And just misses outside. Count runs full to the leadoff man, Jones. Bradle has been perfect so far through 2 innings. He's got 1 strikeout. It was to the 5th inning designated hitter, Jake Rusian. Chance to make it 2 today. The 3-2, called strike 3. Paints that inside corner perfectly placed by Bradle. His 2nd strikeout of the night. Both have been of the backwards K variety. 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. In steps Colton Sims, who's still in search of his first hit of 2025. 0 for 21. First pitch misses outside. 1-0. Sims, the high school senior heading to Vanderbilt in the fall, was 0 for 4 with a couple of punch-outs yesterday. Faces the 1-0 from Bradle, and it's fouled straight back into the netting. Ball and a strike to the third baseman, 6'3", 215-pounder. From Shawnee Mission East High School, back in Leawood, Kansas. The 1-1. This is high. 2 balls, 1 strike. That was just Bradle's 30th pitch of the game. He's been working with plenty of efficiency on the mound. Here's the 2-1. And that one's tapped foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Alex Kelsey is on deck. He batted leadoff yesterday, hitting 9th today. The 2-2 with 1 away and the base is clear. Bottom of 3rd. Pitch. This is down in the dirt. Count runs full. Sock Puppets lead at 5-0. Bradle, who drew the start, is still dealing for Burlington, trying to stay flawless here to the 8th hitting Sims. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's called strike 3. He is freezing these Axmen hitters. Back-to-back punch-outs and back-to-back have gone down looking. It's now Alex Kelsey's turn to try and kickstart this Kingsport offense that has been dominated so far by the right hand of Ty Bradle. And the first pitch. Fastball called strike, outside corner. Kelsey was 0 for 3 with a walk yesterday, the freshman from St. Joe. Circling the bat over his left shoulder. Bradle, the 0-1. Hit on the ground, left side. Kropinski gloves, charging towards first. Fires, and it's in time. Bradle is perfect through the first trip through this Axmen lineup. 9 up, 9 down for the righty from Florida Southern. 5-0, Burlington leads. To the bottom of the 3rd we go. Bottom of the third, Burlington trying to pad this 5-run lead. It's 5-0, and it's the bottom of the order due up for the Puppets, who absolutely dominated that second frame. It was mostly against the starter, Adam Baker. Now it's Liam McCollum, who returns for his second frame. Caden Combs leads things off in the consecutive inning. He kicked off the second with a leadoff single and now faces the first pitch. It's a breaking ball in the dirt, ball 1. Sock Puppets sent 9 to the plate in the second. And now the 1-0. Combs takes, it's outside, 2-0. So we can get you Adam Baker's final line now that it is official. 1 2/3. Gave up 5 hits, 5 runs. Only 3 were earned, 4 walks, and no strikeouts. And the 2-0. Combs looks at strike 1. Didn't like the call, but works himself into a 2-1 count. Bases clear. Burlington with a 5-0 lead. First pitch, cut on and missed. And the count levels 2 balls, 2 strikes. Call him the lefty from Sydney, Australia. Two. Left on right the matchup. Combs, the freshman, heading to Auburn. And the pitch is laced deep left field. Larson looks up. He has no chance. Caden Combs has sent one out of the yard for the first time this summer. It gives the Sock Puppets a 6-0 lead in the bottom of the third. Welcome back to the Diamond, big fella. And Combs has re-entered the Sock Puppets lineup in a loud way. 2 for 2, and this one to give Burlington that half-dozen advantage. And now Wade Shelley's chance to keep the line moving, and Burlington has been overwhelming to this Axmen pitching staff. It started with Adam Baker and now Liam McCollum. And first pitch misses outside to Wade Shelley. 1 ball, no strikes. One out. Called strike. One ball, 1 strike. The base is clear and the pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. 2-1. Right on the lefty McCollum dealing to the righty Shelley, who walked and scored. See McCollum for the first time, and he takes a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. McCollum takes a step off the hill. Now retoes the slab. Set right down the middle, staring into the setting sun. Comes set, lines and delivers. Shelley cranks that one. Deep center field, pits his back. He looks up. It's off the wall, and it rolls past the warning track. Shelley takes a turn around second, but retreats to the second base bag with a head-first dive. And Shelley keeps the offense rolling. A double, his first of the season. And now Avery Smith, or check that, Dusty Vella, a chance to drive him in.
Now batting the second baseman, number 4, Dusty Vela.
Dusty so far this season, hitting .300 with runners in scoring position. He's got a chance here to add on to that total. Plenty of speed for Shelley. Still no outs, though. Bottom of the third. Pitch is fouled straight back. Nothing in 1 the count. Shelley over there on second. It's been all Burlington so far in this one. No balls, 1 strike here to the second baseman, Vela. The pitch is hitting the air, shallow right field. Kelsey comes in and has enough time to make the play. Things in the air just long enough, and a fly out to the right fielder gives the Axmen their first out of the inning. In steps Avery Smith, who singled and scored in the second. Back to the plate. He's got a chance with a runner in scoring position. Avery Smith hitting .266 with runners in scoring position. McCollum takes a few steps off the base and goes to second. Shelley back with plenty of time. Pitch to Shelley. Check that pitch to Smith. That's the outer half, called strike. No balls, 1 strike. Left on right the matchup. McCollum checks second and goes home. Breaking ball misses in the dirt. Gets away from Primrose for a second, but he gets back on it quickly with a bare hand, and there's Shelley back to second. Ball and a strike, 1 away. Runner on second, Burlington with a 6-0 lead. Caden Combs started this inning with a solo shot. And the 1-1. Called strike, 1-2. And Avery Smith calls time. One ball, 2 strikes. Out of the windup, and McCollum instead turns and goes to second. Smith hitting .176 with 2 strikes on him. Trying to deliver a hit here. Shelley off second. Plenty of room on the right side of that infield. 1-2. Smith stays alive with a foul ball. Grounded it down the right field line. A few steps in front of first base coach Torrey Pettiford. The count's still 1-2 with 1 away. Left on right the matchup. Collin checks second. Takes another look. One more time, now goes home, and Smith lifts it high in the air right side. Jones gives chase, but runs out of time. Lands down in that Kingsport bullpen that has no activity right now. The count remains 1-2. Smith about to see his 6th pitch of the at-bat. The count's just 1-2. But he has fouled off a couple of pitches in a row and now digs in once again to face McCollum. Smith, a young guy, but manager Anthony Essien really likes his progression at the plate. Still starting to develop, but knows how good of a player Smith can become. Facing a 1-2 count right now with 1 away in the bottom of the 3rd. And pitch misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another long inning of rest for Ty Bradle. You have to assume will come back out. Still no activity in the Burlington bullpen. Expecting to see Gabe Magayan today as the 2-2 misses outside. Count runs full to Smith. Magayan and Bradle. The plan right now is for these two to rotate on Wednesdays. And right now the full count offering with 1 away. Runner in scoring position, it's Shelley who doubled. McCollum shakes off a couple of signs from Primrose. Comes set and delivers. That one is flied into center field. Pitts drifting towards left center field. Makes the catch. Shelley tags to third. The throw comes all the way to the base, and it's not in time. Shelley advances 90 feet. He's now over to third. A couple of flyouts give Burlington its first 2 outs of the inning, and now the 9th hitting designated hitter, Brian Carruthers, who entered yesterday hitting just 100 at the plate, but was 2 for 3 with a single and a double, and he smoked a first pitch fastball right up the middle his first time up. It was a 2 RBI single, and this time he takes a first pitch, and it's a fastball on the outer third for a called strike. Shelley, the lone base runner on third, he paces off the bag. The 0-1 misses outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 the count. And the offering. Swung on and missed. Carruthers behind 1-2. Saw a change up that time. And now will try and stay alive. And the 1-2. This is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And here's the 2-2. Popped up out of play. Count remains level at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on third, 2 away. Bottom of the third, Sock Puppets leading 6-0. Still no activity in either bullpen. It's Liam McCollum, first call out of the pen for the Axmen, trying to split this 2-game set, but didn't get off to the start they wanted to in the series last night, and certainly not out to the start they wanted to in Game 2 today. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. And the pitch is fouled right back. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. All squared away. McCollum just trying to get out of this inning. He has labored after a solo shot from Caden Combs to kick things off. Here's the 2-2. Misses inside at the feet. And the count runs full to the DH Carruthers. Leadoff man Chance Jennings is on deck. He could come to the plate for the 3rd time in just 4 innings if Carruthers can reach base. Payoff pitch here from McCollum, who comes set at the letters, lifts his leg and delivers home, and it's a called strike 3. Carruthers tossed his bat and started to remove his shin guard. He did not like that call. But nonetheless, despite Shelley being stranded on third, Caden Combs gives Burlington 1 run in the bottom of the 3rd, courtesy of a solo home run. We're through 3 in Saukville. It's Burlington 6, Kingsport nothing. Ty Bradle started today with 9 up and 9 down. He's through 3, and the right-hander from Florida Southern has been perfect. To the top of the order we go. It's Colin Larson, Derek Pitts, and Cam Durnan, 2 up for the Axmen, who face a 6-0 deficit after a scoreless first frame. Burlington has tallied a half dozen in the past 2. Larson steps in, grounded out to the first baseman his first time up. Bradle, who's thrown just 35 pitches, comes set at the letters. Brings it down to the belt and winds and fires. First pitch, fastball misses high, 1-0. Bradle, that 3-pitch mix, fastball, changeup, curveball, but it's been a heavy dosage of the four-seam fastball. Here's the 1-0. He does go fastball and misses outside, 2-0. Larson hitting .357. And the 2-0 he takes, it's outside. Another four-seam fastball, and Bradle struggling with command to start the 4th inning. Larson, when he reaches, is so dangerous on the base paths. Here's the 3-0. Called strike at the knees. Bradle took a touch off that fastball, just making sure he located inside the box, and he does just that. 3-1. Right on left the matchup. Bradle. This is outside, and that's the first blemish of Ty Bradle's day. It's a leadoff walk to Larson, who's 7 for 7 in stolen base attempts this season. The Axmen, who draw a league best in the base on balls department. That's their 97th of the season, and a nice job by Bradle to get through that lineup the first time around without surrendering any free passes. But now time to work around that leadoff base on balls. Derek Pitts steps in, the righty swinging center fielder from Cincinnati. First pitch, and he fouls off his shin. Strike 1. Pitts hitting .381 so far this summer, 5 RBIs. Another speed threat if he reaches. 5 for 5 in swipe bags. But right now the 0-1. From the stretch. Cut on and miss. Bradle went changeup. Pitts one of the four-seamer. He swings through it, and the count is 0-2. Pitts was 1 for 4 with a strikeout yesterday. That was in a 7-3 loss. The Axmen and Puppets both entered as owners of first place in each of their respective divisions. And the 0-2. Out straight back into the netting. Kingsport is now trailing by half a game to Greenville after dropping game 1 of the 2-game set to Burlington yesterday. Sock Puppets with a 1-game lead atop the East. Pulaski at 7-4, Burlington at 8-3. Here's the 0-2 pitch, hit on the ground and just foul. Fernandez had a quick first step, but it doesn't matter. Count remains 0-2. Pitts, who batted second yesterday, him and Cam Durnan, who's currently on deck, the only two that are hitting in the same place in terms of positioning in the order as the pitch is high. Smith the back pick down to first, not in time. Counts 1-2. That was something that Smith has excelled in all season. He cut down a Kingsport runner yesterday. And the 1-2 here to Pitts. Bradle deals. Hit on the ground left side through the hole for a base hit. So back-to-back base runners for Kingsport, and Bradle has given up his first hit of the game. Top of the 4th, Burlington with a 6-0 lead, but the Axmen have 2 on and nobody out, and Cam Durnan, the shortstop from Wichita State, but entered the transfer portal and has already found a new home. It's in the SEC with Missouri. He digs in the right side. He flew out to the right fielder his first time up. It was an excellent play made by Wade Shelley. It was on the move in foul ground. First pitch, he takes a breaking ball in the dirt, ball 1. Durnan was 2 for 3 with a couple of doubles yesterday, hitting .387. He leads the Axmen and runs batted in. He's driven 10 across the plate. And the 1-0 from Bradel. After a check on second, he delivers home, and that one's lined out of play. Down that right side, and the count's 1-1. Larson, the 6-foot sophomore, hitting third today for the Axmen, who lead the league in on-base percentage. Entering today at a .450 OBP. Here's the 1-1. Popped up right side, hooking foul. It's past the bleachers and into the concourse. Bradel works himself ahead in the count. It's 1-2. Beautiful night here at Burlington Athletic Stadium. Game 2 of a 4-game homestand for the Sock Puppets. They welcome Tri-State to the park tomorrow for another 2-game set. And the 1-2 from Bradel. Another one that's popped up right side and out of play. That one past the concourse into the parking lot down that right side. 2 on, nobody out. Larson is on second. He walked. Pitts on first. He singled. Right on right. Bradel delivers. And that one is chopped foul left side off the fence and into the Burlington bullpen, where it's snagged on a bare hand by Chris Massey, who just arrived to Burlington after finishing up his season. That was with Central Missouri, who reached the Division II World Series. Happy to have him along on this ride. Here's the 1-2 with 2 on and nobody out. It's a breaking ball that misses in the dirt, and runners on the move, and it's Larson who's into third. Pitts decided to retreat to first. So Kingsport has runners on the corners. Still nobody out with a 6-0 lead. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Smith changes the defensive alignment back from behind the plate. Combs still holding Pitts on at first. Middle infield a few steps back towards the bag. Fernandez a few steps in. Here's the 2-2, and another one that's fouled straight back. Durnan, such a tough out to get, and Bradel, who is already throwing his 18th pitch of this inning. He needed just 35 to get through the first 3 frames. Posted 3 zeros in each of those, but now in serious trouble of giving up his first run. The 2-2 hit in the air right field. Shelley makes the play, but it's plenty deep for Larson to tag. And Kingsport in the top of the 4th finally gets on the board. It's 6-1 after an RBI sac fly off the bat of Cam Durnan. His 11th run driven in of the season, and they trim the deficit to 5. Pitt stays put at first. It's Blake Primrose, 0 for 1 with a fly out to the center fielder. So the leadoff walk comes back to bite Burlington. Larson makes his way around the base paths. And now the first pitch to the righty swinging catcher is tapped foul. Count 0-1. The backstop hitting .235, the freshman from St. Joe's. Bradel continuing to sit right around 89 to 91 miles an hour on that fastball. Here's the 0-1. It's cut on and missed. Through 2 pitches, Primrose is behind 0-2. That 4-seamer touched 90 miles an hour. Count 0-2. Combs holding on Pitts at first. He reached via the single. The lone hit on Ty Bradel's line, and the 0-2 is in there for a cold strike 3. Bradel's 4th punch out of the day. All 4 have froze the Axmen hitters, all courtesy of the backwards K. There's 2 away, top of the 4th, and Burlington with a 6-1 advantage. Jake Rusian, who was also a victim of a strikeout. He went down looking his only time up. That was in the 2nd inning. He digs in the left-handed batter's box. The righty Bradle deals a first pitch breaking ball in the dirt that he gets Rusian to wave and miss at. A chase job from the designated hitter. Hitting .318 so far this summer, but he's facing an 0-1 count. 6 foot, 185 pounds from Boston College. Here's the 0-1. Cut on and missed. Another breaking ball. Bradle works himself ahead in the count, 0-2. Just a 3-pitch mix for Bradle. Fastball, changeup, curveball, but it's been plenty effective for throwing off these Axmen hitters. And that's something that Dave Schmidt and Anthony Essien, Schmidt the pitching coach and Essien the skip for Burlington, try and preach to these Burlington pitchers is continuing to command multiple pitches and just pound the zone. Here's the 0-2. Pitch on the move, pitch inside, and it's in the dirt off the chest of Smith. So he just has to recover, pitches in without a throw. So the Axmen move one into scoring position and 1-2 count to Rusian. That was Bradle's 60th pitch of the day. And his 61st from the belt is on the way. Pitch takes off. Smith bobbled on the transfer. Tried to come up firing and just couldn't quite nail down that motion. So the count is 2-2, and Pitts, who stole second, now swipes third. Still 2 outs. Defense playing him straight up, right on left the matchup. 2 away, Bradle from the belt. Takes a deep breath, winds and fires. Hit on the ground, right side on a couple of hops. Vela smothers, goes to first, and plenty of time. 1 hit, 1 run, no errors in the field, and 1 runner left on for the Axmen. We're through 3.5 here at Burlington Athletic Stadium. It's the first place Puppets with a 6-1 lead over the Axmen. On the other side, the top of the order due up for the Burlington offense. Chance Jennings, Dom Krapinski, and Orlando Fernandez to swing it. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 4th. It's Burlington holding a 6-1 lead. And Chance Jennings, who is 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. The latter was a double play ball that was turned by the third baseman Colton Sims. But now he digs in to face Liam McCollum for the second time today. Adam Baker drew the start, got through 1 2/3, but since then, it's been all McCollum. The left-hander from Sydney, Australia, winds and fires a first pitch fastball that's grounded foul. Left side towards that bullpen where Gabe Magallon is starting to loosen for the Sock Puppets. Ty Bradle has thrown 62 pitches, so his day could be done. And the 0-1. Breaking ball misses outside, a ball and a strike. Magallon just started to loosen, though, so a chance that Bradle does still get the top of the 5th. Making his first start since his senior year of high school. The 1-1. Swung on and missed, and Jennings behind 1 2. The center fielder Jennings leads this Burlington team in strikeouts, but also hitting .357, and he has been a mainstay at the top of this Burlington order, who leads the Appy League in batting average, hitting at a .278 rate. And Jennings calls time, and it's granted by home plate umpire Cade Williamson. He steps out, takes a few steps towards his dugout, and readjusts his batting gloves. Digs back in, facing a 1-2 count with nobody on and nobody out. Left on right the matchup, and the southpaw winds and deals. And that one is lifted high in the air, center field. Pitts calls it and takes a few steps in. Makes the one-handed squeeze to retire the leadoff man Jennings to start the bottom of the fourth. Sock Puppets leading at 6-1.
Now batting the shortstop, number 10, Dom Krupinski.
In steps Dom Krupinski, who has yet to record a hit today. Was 3 for 5 yesterday with a couple of RBIs, one of them after a solo home run over the left center field wall. A couple of left-handers set to battle it out here. McCollum winds and delivers a first pitch breaking ball that misses outside, 1-0. No activity for the Axmen. Down in their bullpen. 1-0. Breaking ball down the middle. It throws Krupinski. He looks at it for a called strike. McCollum, who entered in that second inning when Burlington set 9 to the plate, and the 1-1 is on the inner third, called strike. Krupinski now behind 1-2. He calls for time. He wants to regroup. And he steps back in. Taps the plate a couple of times and ready to face the 1-2. McCollum shakes off a couple of signs from Primrose. Now nods, comes set, and delivers. And it's in the dirt, but swung on and missed by Krupinski, who slams his bat down the first base line. And the throw from Primrose is off target, skips off the glove of Jones. So a nice job by Krupinski to hustle out of the batter's box. And despite it being a dropped third strike, still beats out the throw. And the Sock Puppets have one on and one away. And the third hitting Orlando Fernandez digs in, who comes to the plate for the third time today, but yet to record an at-bat. He drew a walk his first 2 times up. McCollum from the stretch. First pitch is laced to the third baseman Sims, who snares it and turns and goes to first. And that was a heck of a play for the man on the hot corner. Just a high school senior, but that was impressive. Gabe Magayan out of the pen. He comes onto the field of play. He'll deal in the top of the 5th on the other side. Burlington leads at 6-1.
Now pitching for your Sock Puppets, number 28, Gabe Magayan. What do you want? Blue. Blue. I think you took it. That one. Fans, if you haven't already, those are awesome friends at the Fan Great to get yours or Kids Space Fan tonight. Please get more information on how Fan Great can help you plan an incredible night out. Exhibit paint classes, parties, and more.
Gabe Magayan enters for Burlington, making his third appearance of 2025. He relieves the starter Ty Bradle, who had a heck of a day. We'll get you his final line momentarily, but right now, It is the 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for Kingsport, who currently are in a 6-1 deficit. Maguillon trying to continue to stabilize. The right-handed first baseman, P.J. Jones. 0 for 1 with a ground out. Digs in. And the first pitch from Maguillon out of the windup. Called strike. Fastball on that outside corner. Bradle goes 4 innings, 1 hit. Gave up 1 run, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. All 4 were looking. And here's the 0-1. Back to the fastball and back to the outside corner, and another one that locates the inner third. No balls, 2 strikes. Maguillon shakes off a couple of signs from Smith. Set of the letters. Kicks and deals. Cut on and missed. 3 pitches, and that is a strikeout. Maguillon starts his day off with a bang. It's 6-1 Burlington, top of the 5th.
Now batting the second baseman, number 26, Brogan Jones.
In steps Brogan Jones, 0 for 1 with a strikeout, facing Maguillon for the first time today, and that first pitch is inside, ball 1. Right on right the matchup. Maguillon, the junior from Biola College. 1-0. Cut on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Maguillon, a 4-pitch mix, 4-seam fastball, a kick changeup, slider, and a curveball. 1-1, he goes fastball, it's hit on the ground left side. On the backhand, Krapinski gloves, goes to first. It's dug out by Combs. A nice play on the forehand. And Maguillon goes 2 up, 2 down to start. Top of the 5th, Sock Puppets lead at 6-1. And Colton Sims, who is 0 for 5 in this series with 3 strikeouts, steps in the right side. First pitch, cut on and missed. Sims swings through the fastball, and the count's 0-1. And the 0-1 misses in the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike. Slider, 82 miles an hour. One ball, 1 strike out of the windup. Misses inside. Fastball at the knees. 2-1 the count. Two one popped out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two misses outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Sims was 0 for 4 yesterday, the 6'3" high school senior heading to Vanderbilt. And the full count. Lifted in the air, right field. Shelley took 1 step back, now comes in and makes the play. Maguillon retires the side in order. Strikeout, ground out, fly out. We're halfway home in Burlington. It's the Sock Puppets 6 and the Axmen 1.
So our contestant, we got Christy, Darren, Aubrey, and Aria, right? And then we got Wicked Sock Squad. So here's the deal. We're going to have a 3-way money roll. We're going to see who can give the best money roll, I guess. That's what we're going to do. So when I say go, you guys are just going to roll your partner with toilet paper, and we're going to see who can do it the best. Now pitching for Kingsport, number 88, J.J. Harrell. This inning is brought to you by Great Clips. With online ticketing, get it fast. As legal as haircut you love. Download the app and check in. We'll walk right into an Almax Great Clips. Salon 7 days a week.
Halfway home here in Burlington, and the Axmen want a new pitcher to try and continue to work through the Sock Puppets lineup that holds a 6-1 lead heading into the bottom of the fifth. It's the 6-foot left-hander from Concord, North Carolina, a freshman from Presbyterian, J.J. Harrell, who is set to deal to the middle of this Burlington order. It starts with the left fielder Bromley Thornton, and following up is Caden Combs and Wade Shelley. Combs, 2 for 2. He had a solo shot his last time up, but right now it's Bromley Thornton, who is 0 for 2 with a line out and a ground out. Left on right the matchup. First pitch from Harrell is swung on and lifted high in the air right field. Foul ground. P.J. Jones gives chase, tries and make an over-the-shoulder catch, and it falls to the grass. 0-1 to Bromley Thornton. Burlington tallied 5 in the second and 1 in the third. Trying to get back on the board after being held scoreless in the fourth. The 0-1 Thornton, still searching for his first hit today. Now when it's hit on the ground, left side, and he picks up that first hit of the day. It's a leadoff single for the left fielder Thornton, who was inserted into this starting lineup just minutes before the game after a late scratch from Zach Jackson. And now Caden Combs, who is making his first appearance in this Burlington lineup in over a week after injuring his hand. 2 for 2 with a single and a home run. It was his first of the summer. Now we'll face J.J. Harrell for the first time today in a 6-1 game. The lefty winds and deals a first pitch fastball beneath the bottom rail, and the count's 1-0. Left on right the matchup. Thornton takes a few paces off the bag at first. Pitch. Called strike at the knees. Change up 85 miles an hour. Count levels a ball and a strike. Combs hitting 182 so far this summer. 4 RBIs. And the 1-1. Fastball misses up and away. 2-1 the count now. Kingsport on their third arm out of the day after Adam Baker got the start. Liam McCollum's day is done. We'll get you his final line after the 2-1 to Combs. First baseman takes, and it's downstairs, 3-1. So McCollum, who entered after Adam Baker, went just 1 2/3. McCollum goes 2 1/3, gives up 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. It was the solo shot from Caden Combs, who is in the right side now. Here's the 3-1, and instead he goes to first. Thornton's back standing. 1 on, nobody out. McCollum, to end the day, did not give up a walk and struck out 2. Gives way to J.J. Harrell, who deals a 3-1. That's foul tipped into the mid of Primrose, and the count runs full. Combs calls for time. He wants to tighten those batting gloves. He does just that. Steps back in, set to face the payoff pitch. Harrell comes set at the letters. Now holds it out in front of his body. Thornton on the move. The pitch outside and a walk. Thornton still slid anyways, but he would have had second regardless. Into scoring position is Thornton, and Combs takes the jog down the first base line. He has reached base all 3 times that he's stepped in, and that's a definitely nice sign for manager Anthony Essien. And now Wade Shelley, who is 1 for 1 with a walk and a double. Drew a walk in the second inning, came around to score on that, and then doubled in the third. 2 on, nobody out. Bottom of the fifth. Burlington with a 6-1 lead. Harrell has exclusively thrown to right-handed hitters, and the same is here for Shelley. And instead, a turn and check on second. It's into center field. Thornton takes off for third, and the throw is late. And I think Thornton thought he would have had third anyways because he ran into Cam Durnan, the shortstop. So Combs, as the throw went into third, took off for second. Everyone's safe. There's 2 on and 2 in scoring position. Nobody out. Burlington with that 6-1 lead. Wade Shelley hitting 200, just 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position. First pitch outside, 1-0. And that is the second time that a Kingsport pitcher has tried to check on a runner. The first one was Baker, who went to first, and it was over the head of Jones. This one over the head of Durnan. 1-0, cut on and missed. So the Axmen, who try to keep these sock puppets base runners honest, it's come back to bite them. Burlington leads the league in stolen bases. The 1-1. Call it strike on the outside corner, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Shelley, who faced the same situation, came back to draw a walk. 1-2 misses high, 2-2. Two found back into the screen. Two and 2 the count. Nobody out. 2 on. It's Thornton on third, who singled, and Combs on second, who walked. Two on the way to Shelley. This is up and in. Count runs full, so Shelley drew that full count walk in the second inning. Facing a similar spot right now. Dusty Vela on deck. First base open. Infield drawn in. The 3-2 cut on and missed. Change up at 85 miles an hour gets Shelley to go down on strikes for the first time tonight. And that is the first strikeout for the left-handed pitcher, J.J. Harrell. Now Dusty Vela, the left-handed hitter, steps in, trying to drive in a couple for this Burlington offense. Vela 3 for 10 this summer with runners in scoring position. He swings through first pitch fastball, 0-1. Burlington leading at 6-1. They have dominated Kingsport. The Axmen have had plenty of miscues defensively, 4 errors. And the 0-1. Hit in the air, deep right center field. Pitts is back on it. It's deep enough for Thornton to tag, and he does just that. Combs takes off for third. Throw comes into the shortstop, Durnan, and an RBI sac fly off the bat of Dusty Vela. He does his job. Burlington extends its lead back to 6. It's 7-1 in the bottom of the 5th. So 1 on, and that is Combs at third. There's 2 away, and Avery Smith with a chance to drive in Caden Combs. Smith 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out. Out of the windup, Harrell deals. Fastball on the outside corner, called strike. That outside corner, one that Cade Williamson, the home plate umpire, has been generous with. And the 0-1 is tapped foul. No balls, 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes. Left on right the matchup. Harrell comes set. lifts his leg and goes home. Smith skies it into center field. Pitts calls him off and makes the play for out number 3. 1 hit, 1 run, 1 error in the field, and 1 runner left on. We're through 5, and it's Burlington with a 7-1 lead.
Concentration 64, presented by Great Clips. So here's how the game goes, okay? So I need you guys to get the rhythm. Let's go. Clap, clap, snap, snap. All right? So they're going to keep the rhythm. I'm going to give them a random category, and we're going to see if we can get 12 things in this category in a row without messing up. All right? So here's the category. Marvel characters. All right, here we go. We got the 6. Oh, Thanos is right there. All right, let's do 1 more, okay? Let's do 1 more. All right, let's take that. Hit, snap, snap. All right, let me get a category. Category is Disney movies. Hercules! Cinderella! We did it! We got the 12!
To the top of the 6th we go here at Burlington Athletic Stadium. Adam Hipsky here for Game 2 of this 2-game set. Gabe Magion returns to the hill for his 2nd inning of work, relieving the starter Ty Bradle. Set to deal to the 9-1-2 hitter, starting with the right fielder Alex Kelsey, who stretches outside of the left-handed batter's box, now steps in, ready to face the right-hander from Biola College. Magion winds and deals. First pitch fastball dots the outer half, called strike, 0-1. Kelsey 0 for 1 with a ground out. That was when he faced the starter Bradle, who went 4 innings, surrendering just 1 hit and 1 run. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Change up. This is outside. A ball and a strike now to Kelsey, who hit leadoff yesterday, the right fielder from St. Joe's. The 1-1 count. Tap straight foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kelsey played in 51 games for the Hawks this spring. Facing a 1-2 with the bases clear and nobody out. Hit right up the middle. Jennings, the center fielder, makes a play, but it drops right in front of him for a base hit. So leadoff man aboard. It is the number 9 hitting Kelsey, who, while he's hitting 9th, he is far from a typical number 9 hitter. Hit .320 this past spring, and now the lineup card turns to the leadoff man Colin Larson, who is 0 for 1 with a ground out. He walked and came around to score his last time up. Burlington with a 7-1 lead. Right on left the matchup here, back-to-back lefties stacked for this Axmen lineup. And first pitch called strike. 0-1. Kelsey on first. Shuffling off the line, and Magion checks on him. Combs applies the tag. It's not in time. Kelsey back safely. Alex Kelsey 4 for 6 in stolen base attempts so far this summer. The 0-1. Cut on and miss. Smith on the back pick. It's on time and it's on target. Avery Smith, on back-to-back nights that he's been behind the dish, has cut down an Axmen runner on that back pick. So now there is 1 away in the top of the 6th. Burlington with a 6-1 lead. Larson also behind in the count, 0-2. 2 tapped foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Here to the leadoff man, Larson. Freshman from Boston College. Magion deals. Fastball misses. Up and in. Larson takes. It's 1-2. Puppets trying to win 7 of their last 8. Magion has thrown 20 pitches so far today. 14 have been strikes. Here's the 1-2. It's called. Strike 3. Locates that inside corner, and the Axmen continue to go down looking. It's the 6th time that Kingsport has been punched out, and the 5th time courtesy of the backwards K. 2 away, nobody on. Top of the 6th, Burlington leading it 6-1. In steps the second hitting center fielder, Derek Pitts. Readies the bat over his right shoulder. First pitch is line foul into the netting down the right side. No balls, 1 strike. Right on right the matchup. Magion lifts the leg and deals home. And another one that's fouled out of play. 0-2. Sock Puppets leading it 6-1. Right on right the matchup. Magion comes set. And the righty deals. Just misses outside, count 1-2. Sock Puppets 8-3 so far this summer. It's been a great start for Anthony Essien and this Burlington Ball Club. The 1-2. And fouled straight back into the netting. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2, half swing, he didn't go around, and it's upstairs. Count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The base is clear, top of the 6th. Magion winds and deals. Called, strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs, back-to-back backwards Ks. And Gabe Magion is on a roll under the lights here in B-Town. 7-1, Sock Puppets take a lead into the bottom of the 7th.
Still hungry? Operating to the Sock Puppets concession stand behind the concourse, which is offering Domino's Pizza, Chick-fil-A, loaded nachos, and more.
to the bottom of the 6th, and it's the 9-1-2 hitters due up for the Sock Puppets offense that holds a 7-1 lead. It starts with the designated hitter, Brian Carruthers, who's 1 for 2 with a 2 RBI single back in the 2nd. He went down looking on a questionable strike 3 called on the outside edge. That was back in the 3rd. He'll lead things off in the bottom of the 6th, facing the southpaw J.J. Harrell, who winds and fires a first pitch fastball at the knees called strike. Harrell returns to the mound for his 2nd inning of work. That's the 2nd reliever for Kingsport today. And the 0-1. Breaking ball, this one on the outside edge. So Harrell doing a nice job mixing and matching not just pitches, but also locations. No balls, 2 strikes with the bases clear out of the windup. Carruthers takes this one outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Adam Baker drew the start for Kingsport. Just went 1 2/3. Gave up 5 hits and 5 runs. Liam McCollum came in to try and clean things up as the 1-2 is lifted high in the air right field. Back on the track, Kelsey makes the play, slamming into the wall. And that's a nice grab by the right fielder to retire the leadoff man, Carruthers. Leadoff man at least in this bottom of the 6th, but the leadoff man in this Sock Puppets lineup is Chance Jennings, 1 for 3. Singled back in the 1st. The center fielder from Winthrop is 3 for 5 yesterday. And the first pitch. Breaking ball misses inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Left on right the matchup. Harrell winds and fires, breaking ball that's cut on and missed. Burlington struck first in the bottom of the 2nd with 5 runs. Responded with another run in the 6th. 1-1 misses inside. And tacked on another one in the 6th. Left on right the matchup. Pitch. This is outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Fastball, curveball, slider, pitch mix for Harrell, who is behind the count 3-1. He kicks and deals. Jennings drives that one into right center field. That one is down for extra bases. 2 hops the wall. Jennings is around second, heading for third. The cutoff goes to Durnan, who turns and fires to third, but Jennings is in safely with a stand-up 1-out triple. Burlington leading 7-1, and the bats keep rolling in B-Town.
Now batting the shortstop, number 10, Dom Krupinski.
And we're going to have a mound visit from Rick Adair, which means a pitching change is imminent. We'll step aside. Burlington with a 7-1 lead, 1 out, and a runner on third. It was the manager, Rick Adair, who came out, but he does not signal a pitching change. Usually it's John Chalupa, the pitching coach, that comes out for those, but instead Adair sticks with J.J. Harrell, who's set to deal his 30th pitch of the night to the lefty swinging shortstop, Dom Krupinski, who swings at a first pitch fastball and drives it deep into left field to the track. The catch is made by Larson. but plenty of time for Jennings to tag up. He does just that, and Krapinski picks up an RBI, and Burlington pads its lead. It's 8-1 in the bottom of the 6th.
Now batting number 7, Orlando.
So that one-out triple from Jennings is all that Burlington needs. And Jack Hedrick starting to loosen in the pen for the Sock Puppets. Gabe Magillon's day could be done. Just 2 innings out of the pen so far, relieving Ty Bradle, the starter, who went 4. Fernandez swings at the first pitch, and it skips over the glove of Durnan, and Fernandez takes a turn for second. It's the right call because it bounced in and out of the glove of Larson, and a double for Fernandez to keep the lineup moving here in the bottom of the 6th. That was sharply hit off the bat. Came off at 95 miles per hour. In steps Bromley Thornton, who singled and scored his last time up. First pitch is lifted down the right field line. Curling foul. It's out of play. No balls, 1 strike to Thornton, the left fielder. And the pitch. Hit on the ground to left side. Durnan on the backhand. Fields and goes across the diamond to first. It's in time. And a fine play by the shortstop, Cam Durnan, to retire the side. But Burlington tacks on a run. It's a sac fly from Dom Krapinski to score Jennings, who tripled. We're through 6 in Burlington. Sock Puppets lead it 8-1.
It is time for the Sunset Slush Rush Beat the Flash Race. We got 2 contestants. We got Charlie and we got Malcolm. And they're going to be racing the monarch of motion himself, the fastest man alive, the Flash. All right, guys. You guys are going to be racing the Sock out here. Sock, you look back to what's on play. That's perfect. Are you guys ready? Flash, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Go, 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 go! Oh, you totally take that. You got stop, who won? Stop, who got there first? The new Flash, Charlie! Now pitching for your Sock Puppets, number 44, Jack Hedrick. Looking for a great way to cool off and beat the heat, and on down to Sunset Slush and Natty Ice in the concourse, located by the third base bar.
Gabe Magillon's day is done, and it was a phenomenal day out of the pen for the right-hander from Biola College. But it's time for another Sock Puppets debut. It's the right-hander from Duke University. Jack Hedrick takes the hill for the first time this summer, and he's set to deal to the 3-4-5 hitters for Kingsport, who currently trail 8-1. Burlington trying to win 7 of its last 8. Dropped one back on Sunday to Danville, but the Sock Puppets responded with another win yesterday against the Axmen. It was 7-3, and Cam Durnan, the right-handed shortstop, steps in for the first time here to start this inning. Right on right the matchup. Hedrick winds and fires. And his first pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. Fastball at 92 miles an hour. Right-handed flamethrower Hedrick, who comes set at the letters. Closed stance on the mound. Deals. Misses outside. Change up at 83. Counts 1-1. One ball, one strike. Hedrick nods off a couple of pitches. Takes a deep breath and deals. Misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the 2-1 is cranked into deep right field. Shelley on the track, and he makes the play. Durnan got all of the hanging breaking ball, but Shelley had the read on it the entire way, took it to the track, and makes the snag. 1 away, top of the 7th. Burlington with an 8-1 lead. That one off the bat at 95 miles an hour, traveled 352 feet. And that is a right field line that stands 300 feet down the line, but as it was heading towards the gap, enough room for Shelley to make the play. First pitch to Blake Primrose is a called strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Hedrick set at the letters. Slow wind up. It comes home and misses beneath that bottom rail. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. The base is clear. And the 1-1. Fastball called strike right down the middle. Primrose looked at it, the freshman from St. Joe's, who's 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Went down looking his last time up in the 4th. That was against the starter Ty Bradle, facing Hedrick for the first time. The 1-2. Slider called strike 3. Primrose backed out of the zone because it was looking like it was going to come in that right-handed batter's box, but it continues to tail into that inner third. And Hedrick has his first strikeout of 2025 with the Sock Puppets. It puts 2 away in the top of the 7th. Jake Rusian now with a chance to start a 2-out rally. Kingsport needs all the help they can get. They trail 8-1 here in the top half of the 7th. First pitch is a flare that's down for a base hit in front of the left fielder Thornton. So first base hit on Jack Hedrick this season is a bloop single.
Now batting the first baseman, number 12, Paul Jones the second.
Now P.J. Jones, the first baseman from Maryland, who's also 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And his first 2 at-bats followed the trend of Jake Rusian, now trying to replicate that third at-bat that the DH put on. Now the first baseman Jones swings at the first pitch and skies it into left field. Thornton calls off Jennings and makes the play underneath the Wednesday night lights. 1 hit, no runs, no errors in the field, 1 runner left on. We'll stretch here in Burlington. It's 5-6-7 due up for the Sock Puppets.
All right, fans, it's the time-honored tradition of baseball. It's the 7th inning stretch. Stand up and sing. Take me out to the ball game. Now pitching for Kingsport, number 18, Chris Cespedes. This is your Beer Republic last call for alcohol. 12 taps, over 100 options. In the cooler for an in-house consumption or to go. Premier event space and beer garden. Focus on supporting North Carolina independent craft brewers. Plan your trip with Eli BuyOnBeer.com for a look at their available inventory.
JJ Harrell's day is done out of the pen for the Axmen, and Christopher Cespedes enters for Kingsport. Cespedes, the 6'4", 220-pound freshman from Maryland. He'll face the 5'6", 7 hitters for Burlington. It starts with Caden Combs, who has come to the plate 3 times and has reached on all 3 trips. Single in the second, solo home run in the third, his first of the summer, and walked back in the fifth. He'll face Cespedes for the first time all summer. Base is clear, and Burlington with an 8-1 lead. Cam Poe getting warm for the Sock Puppets. Right on right the matchup. Cespedes set just below the letters. Brings it high, now comes home, and fires a first pitch fastball downstairs, ball 1. 92-mile-an-hour four-seamer. And the count is 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball misses in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Combs making his first appearance in over a week after nursing a right hand injury. Here's the 2-0. This is downstairs, 3 balls, no strikes. Right on right the matchup. And the 3-0 pitch is on the way. Called strike. Combs thought it was ball 4, but he's going to have to step in once again, facing a 3-1 count. Three and 1, the base is clear. Sock Puppets lead at 8-1. They've tallied those 8 runs on 10 hits. 3-1, called strike at the knees after Combs faced a 3-0 count. It's now 3-2. Full count here to the first baseman, Combs. Cespedes. From the belt, winds and deals. Fastball misses downstairs and a walk drawn. Combs takes off for first. And leadoff man aboard. So Combs has reached on all 4 trips to the plate. Now Wade Shelley, his future teammate at Auburn, digs in the right side. And there's going to be a quick mound visit between Blake Primrose and Christopher Cespedes. Right on right the matchup to Shelley, who walked back in the second, came around to score, doubled in the third, and struck out in the 6th. Right on right, out of the stretch. Cespedes nods off 1 pitch, now goes home. Called strike, fastball at 92 miles an hour. Comes in at the knees, and the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Right on right, the pitch. Foul tipped in and out of the glove. Shelley behind, 0-2. The 0-2. Cut on and missed. Shelley couldn't catch up to the fastball. He goes down on 3 pitches. There's now 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. Sock Puppets lead at 8-1.
Now batting number 4, second baseman Dusty Dayla.
In steps Dusty Vela, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI. Had a sac fly his last time up to score Bromley Thornton. Drove one into center field. He steps in with Caden Combs on first, who's not being held on. First pitch is skied left side and out of play. Nothing and 1 the count. That was Cespedes' 10th pitch of the inning. Relieving J.J. Harrell, who went 2 innings, gave up 3 hits. And the 0-1. Another one that's flared out into shallow left field, dancing around foul territory, and it is foul. And off of Colton Sims, but it was a foul ball. Burlington still was on the move in case the umpires ruled that one came down in fair ground, but it wasn't. So Sims can't make the play. It did hang up in time, but count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Cespedes comes set below the letters. He kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. Vela goes down on strikes. Back-to-back punch-outs from Christopher Cespedes. There's 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. Avery Smith digs in. He's 1 for 3. He's flown out to the center fielder in back-to-back trips. Right on right the matchup. Cespedes checks first. Now goes home. Cut on and missed. And it gets through the legs of Primrose, but Combs content at first base. The count is 0-1. 0-1 the count to Smith, the catcher from East Greenville, Pennsylvania. The 0-1. This is in the dirt, but nice job by Primrose to gather that one, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Cespedes hunched over, trying to keep this deficit at 7 runs. Campo continuing to warm for Burlington. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball misses downstairs. The count's 2-1. One on, 2 away. Bottom of the 7th. This game has been dominated by the Sock Puppets. Here's the 2-1. Check swing. Call it strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two and 2 the count. 2 away, bottom of the 7th. Smith calls for time. Brian Carruthers on deck. Burlington trying to move to 9-3 and keep that league best record. Next closest is the River Turtles, and the 2-2 misses outside. So Pulaski wins again tonight, 3-2 over the Tri-State Coalcats, who come to town tomorrow for a 2-game set. Pulaski takes that one 3-2 and moves to 8-4. Burlington trying to keep that game up on them in the East Division. Here's the payoff. Combs on the move. Pitch misses outside. And a walk to Smith. Puts 2 on with 2 away in the bottom of the 7th. That's a frustrating pitch because that one was inside the zone. But Cade Williamson said it was a little low for his liking, and now Brian Carruthers steps in the right side. Combs on second. He walked, and Smith on first. He also walked. Cespedes kicks and deals. Carruthers foul tips the first pitch and counts 0-1. Nothing in one the count to Carruthers, who had a 2 RBI single back in the second inning. He's been retired on his last 2 trips to the plate. The 0-1, cut on and missed. Sinker outside the zone. Carruthers chased. He's behind 0-2. So other scores around the Appy League. Bluefield with a 5-2 lead on Danville, who has the worst record in the league. The Outerbots at 2-9. River Riders take 1-0 as Carruthers swings and misses. We'll get you some more Appy League scores on the other side, but Sock Puppets strand a couple. It's still 8-1 through 7.
Now pitching for your Sock Puppets, number 19, Cameron Poe.
Campo to the mound. That means Jack Hedrick's day is done. We'll get you his final line, but right now it's Campo set to deal to the 7-8-9 hitters with an 8-1 lead. Burlington going for the 2-game sweep over Kingsport, and now it's Campo time, making his 3rd appearance. He's gone 1 2/3 so far this season. 3 hits, 4 runs, all 4 were earned, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. He's got a 21.6 ERA. In steps the righty swinging second baseman Brogan Jones, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Post set from the belt, winds and delivers. First pitch called strike at the knees. Campo, that 3-pitch mix, fastball, slider, and changeup. He went changeup on his first pitch of the night. He works himself ahead in the count, 0-1. Poe, the lefty, kicks and fires. Fastball that time, and it dots the outer half. Poe working quickly on the mound. Fastball that sits in the upper 80s. 6'3", 200-pound southpaw from Georgetown. Winds and fires and misses inside with a slider at 79, and the count's 1-2. So Jack Hedrick in his Sock Puppets debut is the second call out of the pen and the 3rd pitcher of the day for Burlington. Has the 1-2 out of the windup. Hit on the ground, right side, past a diving Vela and into right field. Leadoff single for Jones. He's aboard for the first time today. Hedrick goes 1 inning and, for the most part, kept it clean. 1 hit, it was with 2 outs, and it was a flare single to Jake Rosian. Other than that, though, worked a clean frame, couple of flyouts, and 1 punch-out. He sent down Blake Primrose looking. Now Campeau trying to work around a leadoff single here in the top of the 8th. Colton Sims, the right-handed third baseman, steps in. First pitch, fastball on the inner third, strike 1. Sims, the 6'3", rising freshman heading to Vanderbilt. From Leawood, Kansas, the 0-1. Slider misses in the dirt, ball and a strike. Sims, who has struggled so far in this Appy League season, still being slotted in that lineup day in and day out by manager Rick Adair, just trying to help Colton Sims find his footing. Here's the 1-1. Change up, called strike at the knees. Sims scooted out of the zone, and that one is in the zone, and he's taking a little bit of heat from Rick Adair, who has now tossed the Kingsport skipper, who now will walk out of the dugout and give an earful to Cade Williamson for the second time tonight. You've got to look at the strike zone, and that one did tag that corner, so not a bad call by any means from Cade Williamson, and it was actually a rather quick earful from Rick Adair. And he walks back to the dugout, grabs his papers, and heads to the clubhouse. He exits with his team in an 8-1 deficit. That was a quick toss. 1-2 the count to Sims. Out of the windup. This is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Sims is 0 for 21 so far this summer. 6 walks and 10 strikeouts. Just trying to figure it out at the plate. See this college level pitching for the first time in his life. The 2-2 with a runner on first. It's fouled straight back. And the count remains leveled at 2 apiece. Lance Hartley is up and moving in the Burlington bullpen. We'll see if the Sock Puppets turn to him for the 9th. But right now, the 8th belongs to Campeau. The 2-2 with nobody gone. Half swing, it's hit on the ground left side. Fernandez gloves goes to second for 1. The relay not in time. So Sims reaches on a fielder's choice, still looking for that ever elusive first hit of the summer. Jones, the lead runner, cut down at second. And now the number 9 hitting right fielder, Alex Kelsey, to dig in with 1 away. Top of the 8th, Burlington leading 8-1. Kelsey 1 for 2, singled back in the 6th, and grounded out to the shortstop in the 3rd. Batted leadoff yesterday, hitting 9th today. First pitch, misses outside. A slider in that right-handed batter's box. An easy take for Kelsey. The count's 1-0. Left on left the matchup, and the 1-0 finds that inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Burlington took game 1 last night, 7-3. Sock Puppets, who hold a league best record of 8-3. And the 1-1 slider misses outside at the feet, 2-1. Sock Puppets trying to take both games of this 2-game set. Kingsport entered yesterday with the best record in the West. It's 2-1, misses inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Axmen dropped a game yesterday, and Greenville took hold of first place, but the Flyboys lost 1-0 today to the River Riders as the 3-1 dots the outside corner, called strike. Count runs full here to Kelsey. So Greenville now 6-4 and squared with Kingsport. So if the Axmen can somehow get away with a victory, they would regain that first place positioning. 3-2, runner on the move. It's cut on and missed in and out of the glove of Smith. So Sims takes second without a throw, and Kelsey goes down on strikes for the first time today. There's 2 gone in the top of the 8th. Lineup card turns to Colin Larson, the left fielder from Boston College. Takes a couple of healthy practice swings outside of that left-handed batter's box. Now digs in with a runner in scoring position. Campo in his first inning of work out of the pen, relieving Jack Hedrick. And first pitch fastball misses outside. 1-0. So as this 2-game set we saw yesterday, it was a battle between 2 first-place teams, but Burlington has been overwhelmingly the better team so far in this 2-game series. The 1-0 is popped up left side of the infield, foul ground, and Campo makes a diving effort, and you have to applaud that kind of hustle because he took off from the mound, crossed the line, and made a sprawl at it, but ran out of time. It couldn't hang up in the air long enough. The count is 1-1, but Campo put his body on the line right there on that 1-0 pitch. Count evens, a ball and a strike. 2 away, 1 runner on second. That's Sims. No stolen bases so far this summer. Right now, left on left here to the leadoff man, Larson. 0 for 2 today. The 1-1 after a check on second is hit on a hop to Vela, and it skips off the second baseman's glove into right field. Sims is around to score. So a 2-out single that was sharply hit off the bat of Larson gives the Axmen their second run of the day. It's 8-2 in the top of the 8th. Vela stood no chance at that one. Off the bat at 98 miles an hour, it was sizzling off the stick of Larson. And now there's 2 gone, still 2 gone, top of the 8th. Derek Pitts digs in the right side. Post set at the belt. Larson not being held on first. Now he's on the move. The pitch inside, and it's ball 1. So no throw down. Burlington content with giving Larson that extra base, trusting their southpaw Poe to escape this inning with no further damage. 8-2, Sock Puppets lead it, trying to win 7 of their last 8. Here's the 1-0, hit on the ground right side and foul. That was Poe's 20th pitch of the outing, making his 3rd appearance this summer. Hartley continues to loosen for Burlington. 1 ball, 1 strike. Left on right the matchup. Poe comes set and delivers. Fastball called strike. Pitts grounded out to the pitcher in the first inning. Singled in the 4th. That was the lone hit allowed by the starter Ty Bradle, and struck out looking his last time up in the 6th. The facing a 1-2 count with 2 away and a runner on second. Poe winds and fires. Changeup misses downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Poe checks second and goes forward. Fastball just misses outside. Count runs full. First base is open. So Poe with a chance to work around the second hitting Pitts. The payoff pitch is on the way. Just misses inside. Pitts wins the battle and puts 2 on with 2 away in the top of the 8th. Sock Puppets leading it still 8-2. In steps Cam Durnan, who had a heck of a day at the plate yesterday, but has struggled there today. 3 trips to the dish and 3 flyouts to the right fielder. His most productive was back in the 4th inning. It was a sacrifice fly that brought home Colin Larson. As first pitch misses in the dirt, and Larson takes off for third and is in safely without a throw. Runners on the corners, 1-0 count. Burlington with an 8-2 lead. Manager Anthony Essien just yelling out at his pitcher to just slow down. Poe from the belt goes home. Goes fastball and locates that outer edge. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Larson has advanced a couple of times on defensive indifferences, and that's how he's on third after a single. Pitts is on first. He walked. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed. Slider outside, and Durnan chased. The shortstop with 11 runs driven in so far this summer. Trying to add to that total, hitting .364, a mainstay at the top of this Kingsport order. The 1-2, runner on the move, hit on the ground left side. Kropinski charges, and it's over his glove on a hop. Pitts goes corner to corner. It rolls into center field. Jennings comes up throwing and just gets it into the relay man, Vela. So Axmen stay put with runners on the corners, and they cut the deficit to 5. It's now 8-3 in the top of the 8th.
Now batting the catcher number 21, Blake Primrose.
In steps the cleanup man, Blake Primrose, who is 0 for 3 with a flyout and a couple of strikeouts. He's gone down looking his last 2 times up. That was in the 4th and in the 7th. Left on right the matchup. Poe hunched over, now comes set. Combs holding on Durnan, and that first pitch gets to the backstop. Smith with the throw home, and not in time. Poe actually didn't have the ball, and now he picks it up on the bare hand, goes to third, and heads up base running by Durnan. He takes off and makes it. So after Durnan reached on an error, another play made by Kingsport. They've cut the lead in half. It's now 8-4. So definitely not the day that Cam Poe would have liked, but still holding that 4-run advantage. Runner on third, 2 outs. 1 ball, no strikes. Blake Primrose, the catcher from St. Joe's. And the 1-0 pitch. Fastball at the knees. Called strike. One ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. Poe set at the letters. Lifts his leg and goes home. Hit on the ground and fouled. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Left on right the matchup. Poe trying to get out of this inning. This is the 7th hitter that he's seen. And the 1-2. This is outside. Count levels 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Runner on third, 2 away. Top of the 8th. Burlington leading 8-4. The pitch popped up right side and into the concourse. Two balls, 2 strikes. Poe trying to escape this inning without any further damage. The 2-2 misses inside and gets away from Smith. And Durnan takes off and scores, and this is now an 8-5 game. Bases clear, 2 outs, full count to Blake Primrose. Poe, the left-hander from Georgetown, is back to the windup. Takes a deep breath, comes set, and deals. And that one is fouled out of play. Line down the right side, and this is now the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Poe has thrown 36 pitches. His 37th is coming home. Another one that's popped up and out of play. Primrose continues to be late, but he stays alive and keeps punching them foul. Base is clear, 3-2 count. 2 gone in the top of the 8th. Ho from the belt, kicks and deals. Hit on a hop, left side. Krapinski gloves, throws on to first, and it's in time. Burlington gives up 4 runs, but hangs on to an 8-5 lead to the bottom of the 8th. Top of the order due up for the Sock Puppets.
All right, fans, it's middle of the 8th. And you know what time it is? It's Killing Your Feet for Mom T-shirt toss. Make some noise if you like T-shirt. Now pitching for Kingsport, number 17, Michael Wells.
To the bottom of the 8th, and Kingsport is the closest it's been in this game. Since the first inning, Sock Puppets totaled 5 in the bottom of the 2nd, and Kingsport now facing a 3-run deficit for the first time since that 2nd frame. It's the top of the order for the Sock Puppets to try and add on and regain that commanding advantage. It's Chance Jennings to kick things off, who tripled his last time up. Right on right the matchup. Micah Wells into the game, and out of the windup, he deals the first pitch, fastball, called strike on the outside corner. So Chris Cespedes' day is done. And out of the windup, the 0-1. This is inside, a ball and a strike. So Micah Wells making his 4th appearance. He's gone 3 2/3 so far this summer. He shakes off 1 pitch, now nods, kicks, and delivers. Hit on the ground, 1 hop, right side, Jones gloves, and goes to P.J. Jones at first. It's in time. Leadoff man retired. Here in the bottom of the 8th, Burlington leading at 8-5. In steps Dom Krapinski, who drove in Chance Jennings his last time up on a sacrifice fly. That was to the right fielder. Burlington doubling up Kingsport in the hits department. First pitch to Krapinski, misses outside. Sock Puppets have tallied 10, Axmen just 5, but the difference has been Kingsport's day in the field, 5 errors to Burlington's just 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Called strike on that outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Orlando Fernandez is on deck. Burlington trying to take both of a 2-game set over Kingsport. The 1-1, high chopper on the ground left side. Durnan gloves, Throws on to first in plenty of time. 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th. Burlington leading by 3. In steps Orlando Fernandez, who doubled his last time up. He'll dig in the right side. Base is clear. Facing Micah Wells for the first time today. Bromley Thornton now on deck, and Lance Hartley continuing to throw for Burlington, expecting him to get the 9th. First pitch. Slider called strike, and Wells lost his hat on the way home. But he works himself ahead in the count, 0-1. Right on right. Wells winds and fires. Hit up the middle, down for a base hit, and Orlando Fernandez, who has swung a red-hot bat, keeps that thing sizzling, and he's got his second hit of the day. And the third baseman, who is hitting .382 this summer, is aboard with a 2-out base knock. Now Bromley Thornton steps in, 1 for 4. He singled and scored back in the 5th, but a couple of ground outs and a line out as well, but has put it in play all 4 times today. Facing the right-hander Micah Wells for the first time today. Fernandez 3 for 5 on stolen base attempts so far this summer. Has a lead off, first being held on by Jones. From the belt, the pitch is tapped foul. Thornton got a piece of it and sends it back into the screen. Count 0-1. Sock Puppets back in action tomorrow night against the Colcats. That will be the first of a 2-game set. Tri-State visits Burlington for the first time this season. Right now the count 0-1 on Bromley Thornton. Fernandez shuffles off the base. Wells clutches the ball in his right hand. Then comes set above the belt. Out of the stretch. Thornton swings and lifts it foul behind home plate. And it's strike 2. Caden Combs on deck for the Sock Puppets. Had his first home run of the season earlier today. Right now the count 0-2 with 2 away and a runner on first. Wells shakes off a couple of pitches, now 3. Now steps off, and he wants to reset and re-toe the rubber. Finally gets one that he likes from Primrose. Thornton steps out and steps back in. The 0-2 with 2 away, bottom of the 8th. Pitch. This is outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 the count. Right on right the matchup to Thornton. Wells kicks and deals. And Fernandez on the move. The throw down to second. Fernandez doesn't slide. And he moves off the base, and Durnan applies the tag. It was unclear whether Fernandez would have been safe originally, but regardless, he is out. And now we go to the top of the 9th. Lance Hartley for the Sock Puppets trying to close things out.
Fans, be sure to grab your $10 gift card when you leave tonight to Broadway's Family Fun Center for a soccer and fun experience. Check out their selection of arcade games, ball games, and more. Pitching for your Sock Puppets, number 29, Lance Hartley.
Lance Hartley out for the top of the ninth to try and shut things down and give Burlington back-to-back wins over Kingsport. It's 8-5 in the top of the ninth. And Cam Poe's day is done. We'll get you his final line momentarily, but let's introduce Lance Hartley, the 6'5", 210-pound freshman from Cameron, West Virginia. Hartley has pitched just 2 innings and 1 outing. In that 2 innings, he did not give up a hit, no runs, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. He'll deal to the 5-6-7 hitters, starting with the lefty swinging designated hitter, Jake Rusian. Defensive alignment remains the same. It's Jack Fury getting loose down the left field line for Burlington. No activity in the Axmen pen. The base is clear. The first pitch out of the windup. Just misses outside. Ball 1. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. That's where that four-seamer sits, right there in that 91 to 93 range. Right on left the matchup, out of the windup. 1-0 dots the outer half. Count moves to a ball and a strike. Kingsport and Burlington enter this 2-game set as leaders of the East and West Division. The Axmen have now dropped down a half game as the 1-1. Breaking ball at the knees, called strike, and Hartley ahead, 1-2. And Rusian calls for time. 1 for 3, struck out looking in the second, grounded out to the second baseman in the 4th, and singled in the 7th. He faces a 1-2 count out of the windup. Fastball, called strike 3. Locates that inside edge and a fastball that touches 94 miles an hour. Rusian just watches it pass by him for called strike 3. 1 away, top of the ninth. Burlington leads it 8-5. Just 2 more outs to get, and Hartley hunts the first baseman P.J. Jones, who's 0 for 3 today, the freshman from Maryland. 2 for 23 so far this summer. And the first pitch is foul tipped into the glove. Another fastball, and the Axmen are having a tough time catching up to the flamethrower. Jones, one of his 2 hits this summer was a home run. As the 0-1 is cranked deep right field, Shelley looks up, and it is over the wall. Kingsport has cut this deficit to 2. And P.J. Jones, who has 3 hits this summer, 2 have been long balls. That one off the bat at 111 miles an hour. It traveled 400 feet over the right center field wall, and the Axmen are trailing by just a couple. Second home run of the game. First was off the bat of Caden Combs for Burlington. Now the first pitch to the second baseman Brogan Jones is inside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. On away, the base is clear. Hartley kicks and fires. This is inside, slider at 79 miles an hour. Can't locate that inner third, the count's 2-0. Hartley brings it down to the belt and goes home. Fastball slips past the glove of Jones, rolls to the backstop. But the base is clear, no threat there, and now Jones ahead in the count, 3 balls, no strikes. The 3-0 misses outside, 4-pitch walk to Jones, and in a game that Burlington has steadily dominated, the tying run now comes to the plate with 1 out in the top of the 9th. We're actually going to get a pinch hitter now. So replacing Colton Sims, who is 0 for 22 this summer, instead we're going to get Tyler Myatt, who played yesterday. Myatt was the designated hitter, and And he was 1 for 2. Had a double and a walk, but went down on strikes to finish the game. And we're going to have a mound visit from the pitching coach, Dave Schmidt, who brings in the entire infield. We'll reset things for you here. Burlington, 8 runs on 11 hits, 1 error in the field. Kingsport, who has never held a lead in this game, has the tying run at the plate, trailing 8-6. The Axmen tallied 1 run in the top of the 4th and 4 in the 8th, and then the solo shot off the bat of P.J. Jones has trimmed that advantage to just 2. Burlington had 5 runs in the bottom of the 2nd. That was the first frame where we had scoring. And this is the closest the Axmen have been all day since that first frame. Mound visit breaks, and the hill belongs to just Lance Hartley, who toes the left side of the slab. Comes set, takes a peek over his left shoulder from the stretch. And the first pitch is slapped down the left field line and foul. Jones on first, he walked, being held on by Combs. So Colton Sims' day is done. He was 0 for 3. Now the 0-1 count. Hartley deals. That one's tapped foul into the netting, and mound visit has certainly seemed to do Lance Hartley well. He's responded with back-to-back strikes. 0-2 the count. 1 away, top of the 9th. Burlington leads it 8-6. The pitch is cut on and missed. Tyler Myatt traded his bat for a sword, and he goes down on strikes. Hartley gets his second punch out of the night, and now the Sock Puppets just 1 out away from picking up another win and moving to 9-3 on the season. It's Alex Kelsey to try and keep the Kingsport hopes alive. Right on left the matchup. First pitch is skied in the air, shallow left field. Krapinski's back, and he calls off Thornton and doesn't make the play. And the throw comes in too short. First to third, Jones. And on first is Kelsey. So Krapinski tried to make an acrobatic catch. And now that tying run is on first base, and the go-ahead run is at the plate. Still 2 outs, but the lineup card turns over, and now Colin Larson, who had an RBI single his last time up, will step in. A little bit of traffic here for Lance Hartley. Induced a softly hit ball. It came off the bat at 71 miles an hour, but Krapinski couldn't make the catch. Perfectly placed right on left the matchup to the leadoff man Larson. Hartley from the belt. And that first pitch is fouled straight back. 0-1 the count. Larson 1 for 3. Grounded out to the pitcher in the first inning, walked and scored in the 4th, struck out looking in the 6th, and that RBI single in the 8th. 0-1. Hartley fires a fastball that is foul tipped into the mid of Smith. The Axmen down to their final strike. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Runners on the corners. Crowd to its feet here at Burlington Athletic Stadium. Sock Puppets 5-2 in front of the home crowd. Trying to turn that 5 into a 6. They're just 1 pitch away. Hartley takes a deep breath, comes set at the belt, winds and deals. Cut on and missed. Lance Hartley faces some traffic, but maneuvers it and leaves runners on the corner stranded. Burlington takes 2 out of 2 against Kingsport. This one by a score of 8-6. The Sock Puppets now winners in 7 of their last 8. And manager Anthony Essien has these guys playing hard and playing well, and despite a late surge from the Axmen, it's Burlington with a 2-run victory in front of the home crowd. Axmen head back to Kingsport, losers of 2, and they entered winners of 3 in a row. They took a series sweep over the River Riders, but that momentum has been put to a screeching halt after the Burlington Ball Club takes 2 out of 2. That'll do it here from Burlington Athletic Stadium. Sock Puppets tally 8 runs on 11 hits, 1 error in the field. Axmen played 6 runs on 11 hits and 5 errors in the field. For our general manager, Anderson Rashbaum, I'm Adam Hipsky saying thank you for joining us here on this lovely Wednesday evening in Burlington, North Carolina. We return tomorrow night, game 1 of a 2-game set against the Tri-State Coalcats. We hit the air at 6:55. Sock Puppets have won 7 of their last 8.